Welcome to Rome. Food, history, and a lot of pasta are waiting for you. Let's go. All right, now we are standing in front of the Colosseum, one of the most famous buildings in the world. Can you believe this place is almost 2,000 years old? It was built in the year 80 AD by the Romans, and they called it the Flavian Amphitheater. Back then, this place was like their version of Netflix. People came here to watch fights, but not just any fights. We're talking about gladiators, wild animals, even sea battles. Yes, they once flooded the arena with water and made fake ships. Crazy, right? The Colosseum could hold over 50,000 people. No microphones, no speakers, but everyone could hear. The design was that good. If you lived in Rome at that time, going to the Colosseum was a big deal. It was free. The emperor paid for it. Why? Because keeping people happy meant they wouldn't rebel. Smart politics. Today, it's a ruin, but still so powerful. You walk inside and feel the weight of history. You can almost hear the crowd shouting and the swords clashing. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Imagine you're in ancient Rome. You're sitting in the crowd. The gate opens. A gladiator walks out. The fight begins. And those echoes of battle slowly faded into silence. Let me take you now to a place that's quieter, but just as powerful. Now we come to a slightly more hidden but equally impressive corner of Rome, Portico of Ocatvia. It suddenly appears while walking in the Jewish quarter. This is a passage built by Augustus for his sister Octavia, surrounded by restaurants, walking cats, people eating their appetizers. It is one of the rare places in Rome that combines the past and the present. So picture this: Roman shepherds out in the hills, no fancy ingredients, just a pan, some pasta, cheese, and pepper. And boom, Cacio e Pepe was born. It's humble, it's bold, and now it's a Roman classic. Now, just a short walk away, let's talk about art for a second. The Church of St. Louis of the French, or San Luigi dei Francesi, might look plain on the outside, but inside? Whoa! You'll find 3 original Caravaggio masterpieces just chilling on the wall. No ticket, no tour groups, just you and world-class art. It's like a private gallery hidden in a church. All right, so let's kick things off with Piazza di Pietra. You're walking through Rome, minding your own business, and suddenly, boom, massive ancient columns right next to you. This square is actually the remains of a Roman temple from Emperor Hadrian's time. And today, it's built right into a modern structure. You grab a coffee, take a seat, and there's 2,000 years of history watching over you. Only in Rome, right? Next, we step into the Pantheon. Built in AD 126, this temple was dedicated to all the gods. Its dome spans 43 meters, and the oculus at the top brings in natural light. The Pantheon reflects the faith and engineering genius of ancient Romans. In AD 609, it was turned into a church, which helped preserve it. Once inside, you feel like you're walking among the gods and legends. Now let's fill our bellies with Rome's pride, spaghetti alla carbonara. The secret to this dish is that there's no cream, just egg yolk, guanciale, pork cheek, pecorino romano, and black pepper. Some say it was inspired by American soldiers' rations after World War II. Every bite bursts with the spirit, history, and flavor of Rome. So think of it like this. It looks like the Colosseum's little cousin, but it's actually older. Teatro Marcello is one of the oldest theater buildings in Rome, and guess what? People live in the top part now. Yep, real apartments inside ancient ruins. Only in Rome, honestly. Let's now ascend to the top of the Spanish Steps and explore Trinità dei Monti. This elegant church, commissioned in the 16th century by French King Louis XII, adds a graceful touch to Rome's skyline. Inside, you'll find frescoes by Daniele da Volterra and impressive artworks that reflect Rome's rich cultural tapestry. All right, guys. If you're wandering around the charming streets of Rome and you suddenly feel that sweet craving kicking in, I've got the spot for you. It's called Two Sizes, and yes, the name is literal. It's this super cozy little dessert shop tucked away on Via del Governo Vecchio 88. And what do they specialize in? Tiramisu, but not just any tiramisu. We're talking creamy, rich, layered perfection in, you guessed it, two sizes, small and big, so you can totally treat yourself without going overboard. Or go big. No judgment here. Their classic coffee tiramisu is amazing, but they also have wild flavors like pistachio, peanut butter, strawberry, caramel. Honestly, it's a flavor fiesta. Prices are super reasonable too. The small cup is around €2.50, which is perfect for a sweet pit stop. Yes, there's usually a bit of a line, but the staff are quick and friendly. And trust me, that first bite? Totally worth the wait. So if you're a dessert lover or even just tiramisu curious, make sure to add two sizes to your Rome food bucket list. And finally, the Spanish Steps. Yes, it can get crowded, but it's totally worth the stop. Built in the 18th century to connect the French church at the top with the city below, its name actually comes from the nearby Spanish embassy. Sit on the steps at sunset and just watch Rome go by. It's like stepping into a movie. And now, let's go a little higher, literally and historically. Welcome to Capitoline Hill, or Campidoglio, the most important of Rome's 7 hills. This isn't just a hill. For centuries, it was the center of Roman power and reason. In ancient times, it was crowned with temples, especially one dedicated to Jupiter. In the Middle Ages, it became the seat of the city government. And today, it's home to a stunning square designed by none other than Michelangelo himself, with a bronze statue of Marcus Aurelius right at the center. But here's the real magic. Walk to the back of the square, and suddenly the Roman Forum spreads out below you like a stone storybook. Capitoline Hill doesn't just overlook the city. It looks into its soul. Next stop, Trevi Fountain, completed in 1762 and designed by Nicola Salvi, stands at 26.3 meters high and 49.15 meters wide, making it Rome's largest and most famous Baroque fountain. It marks the endpoint of the ancient Aqua Virgo aqueduct and derives its name from the convergence of 3 roads, Trevi. Its wishes, hopes, and return plans flowing. Toss a coin with your right hand over your left shoulder, and Rome will remember you. Finally, let's check out a street food favorite, Supplì. These fried rice balls hide melted mozzarella inside. When you take a bite, the stretching cheese looks like an old telephone cord, hence the nickname Supplì al telefono. Small, crispy, and delicious, it's a top representative of Rome's street flavors. Right next to the Spanish Steps, in Piazza Mignonelli, stands this column erected in 1857 to commemorate the dogma of the Immaculate Conception. The bronze statue of the Virgin Mary atop the column, crowned with stars and crushing a serpent, symbolizes her triumph over sin. Every year on December 8th, the Pope places flowers at its base. Now it's time for some street food, but not the classic pizza slice. Introducing Trapizzino. Bringing a whole new breath to the fast food concept in Rome, this place is actually based on the idea of a pizza pocket. Cut in a triangle shape, the outside is like crispy focaccia bread, and the inside is a real surprise box. What's inside? Artichoke alla romana, chicken cacciatore, meatball sauces, even trippa, or tripe stew. So it's not just a quick snack. They offer the traditional flavors of Roman cuisine in a portable form. The first branch was opened in the Testaccio district, but now you can find it in a few different spots in the city. In short, affordable, filling, and real Italian flavor. Let's now head towards a hidden artistic treasure, the Basilica of Sant'Andrea delle Fratte. While modest from the outside, inside it captivates with 2 magnificent angels sculpted by Bernini. Additionally, the miraculous apparition of the Virgin Mary here in 1842 adds profound spiritual significance to the church. Let's visit this Baroque church located right next to the Trevi Fountain. Built in the 17th century, it's known for housing the hearts of 22 popes. The facade is notable for its 18 columns and 2 statues of bare-chested women, making it architecturally unique. So here's the thing. If you're wandering through the Roman Forum and just want a little break from the chaos, you might stumble upon the peaceful beauty of Basilica dei Santi Cosma e Damiano. Built in the 6th century, it was actually formed from ancient Roman structures. The moment you step inside, your eyes are drawn to the incredible apse mosaics, full of color and detail, absolutely stunning. Dedicated to twin saints Cosmas and Damian, the church carries not only religious importance, but also a legacy of healing. It's calm, it's beautiful, and honestly, finding this kind of peace in the middle of Rome is something special. Faro, one of the pioneers of the third wave coffee movement in Rome, is an ideal stop for those looking for quality coffee. With its modern and spacious atmosphere, it offers a different perspective on traditional Italian coffee culture. Faro offers coffees prepared with different brewing methods. In addition to options such as espresso, filter coffee, and cold brew, various international coffee beans are also offered. In addition, the coffee menu is prepared in detail and meticulously, like a wine list. Located close to the center of Rome, Faro is preferred by both tourists and locals. If you want to experience quality and different coffee in Rome, you can add Faro to your list. This massive white monument, Altar of the Fatherland, symbolizes the unification of modern Italy. Built in the early 20th century and dedicated to Italy's first king, Victor Emmanuel II. Locals call it the wedding cake or the typewriter. And once you see it, you'll get why. Climb to the top for a truly breathtaking view. All right, let's jump into the crowd for a second. Piazza Navona is next. Sure, it's touristy, but for good reason. This place used to be a Roman stadium, which is why it's shaped like an oval. Today, it's all about fountains, live music, street artists, and lots of gelato. Sunset here? Absolutely magical. So, is Vatican City part of Rome or not? Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, because it's right in the middle of Rome. But no, because it's actually the smallest country in the world. Only 44 hectares, smaller than many shopping malls. But inside, oh wow. You've got St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel painted by Michelangelo, and the amazing Vatican museums. And yes, the Pope lives here too. It's inside Rome, but feels like its own little world. All right, imagine this. You're walking through Rome and suddenly you're not just sightseeing, you're time traveling. Welcome to the Roman Forum, the very heart of ancient Rome. This was once the center of it all. Politics, religion, commerce. If something important was happening in Rome, it was happening here. Senators debated, emperors made speeches, markets buzzed with life, and temples echoed with rituals. You'll see the towering ruins of the Temple of Saturn, one of the oldest in Rome. And just nearby, the round Temple of Vesta, with the House of the Vestal Virgins right behind it. Oh, and yes, the ashes of Julius Caesar. They rest here too, beneath a small shrine where people still leave flowers. Wild, right? Make sure to walk along the Via Sacra, or Sacred Road, the same path Roman generals took during their victory parades. It runs right through the Forum and leads straight to the Colosseum. Epic doesn't even begin to cover it. So yeah, the Roman Forum isn't just a bunch of ruins. It's a living museum of power, religion, and everyday life from over 2,000 years ago. Definitely not a spot you want to skip while you're in Rome. While walking through the streets of Rome, when you come across the enchanting view of the Trevi Fountain, you will notice Gelato in Trevi, a small but cute ice cream shop right next to it. This place attracts attention not only with its location, but also with the flavors it offers. There are various ice cream flavors on the menu. Especially the chocolate and pistachio options stand out. There are also desserts like crepes. The prices are quite reasonable. 3 to 4 scoops of ice cream in a large cone or cup are around €6. However, some visitors have different opinions about the quality of the ice cream. While some say that the ice cream is fresh and delicious, others criticize the artificial flavors and colors. Therefore, if you are planning to visit, it may be useful to adjust your expectations accordingly. And if you want to end your night with a touch of history, head over to the Forum of Augustus. Built by Emperor Augustus and dedicated to Mars, the god of war, this place is all about imperial pride. And at night, it lights up with an epic projection show that brings the ruins to life. Trajan's column might look like just a column, but it's way more than that. Erected in 113 AD, it's basically a giant comic strip carved in stone, telling the story of Emperor Trajan's victory in the Dacian Wars. The spiral of scenes wraps all the way to the top. Part monument, part masterpiece. All right, craving something local? Let's swing by Campo de' Fiori. In the morning, it's all fresh produce, pasta, and herbs, a real open-air market. Right in the middle stands a statue of Giordano Bruno, who was actually executed here. Dark history meets lively vibes, because by night this place transforms into a buzzing nightlife scene. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, ciao for now.